I need to find Angela and Hedwig. They've gone to platform 9 3/4 and I can't find it.
Here is our author recommendation for this month in our Magic series. I've chosen J.K. Rowling. She wrote all of the Harry Potter books. She went to Exeter University, and then apparently the idea for the books came to her when she was stuck on a train for 4 hours, and she got the idea of the whole Harry Potter series. There are 7 different Harry Potter books, and then there are 8 films, because the last book was so long it was made into 2 films. And I'm going to do a review for the first Harry Potter book, which is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And this is the first Harry Potter book that I came across and read. And what amazed me is how easy it was to get caught up in the world of Harry Potter. And we find out about Harry and how his whole life changes when magic comes into it, something that he didn't even know about until he was 11. So this is the first story, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And one thing you should know is as the books go through the series, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. If you haven't tried them yet, then you should do.
Hello, hi. I'm going to be telling you about our second author spotlight, and her name is Angie Sage. Angie Sage writes books about fantasy and magic, and we've chosen her today because we like reading fantasy mixed with magic, and they're books that we really struggle to put down. So I'll tell you a little bit more about Angie Sage. She is the author of the Septimus Heap series, and she's also an illustrator and a writer of many children's books, and she's also been writing the Araminta Spook series. Angie grew up in London, and she first studied medicine, but then she changed her mind, and then she went to art school in Leicester. There she studied graphic design and illustration, and then she began to illustrate books after college and progressed on to writing stories for children, toddler books, and lots of chapter books. Angie really loves writing, and she lives in the West Country, and she says that mysterious atmosphere really helps her write. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the book that I've been reading this month and give you a short review about it. It's called Zal and Zara and the Great Race of Azmed, and it's written by Kit Downs. And I chose this book because it's written like a fantasy magical story about a magic carpet race, and it's set in Persian culture, and that's quite interesting to read more about as well. So in the story, a great carpet race is approaching in the ancient city of Azmabad, and this will talk about anything else. It's all about the race, and the competition is very strong. Okay, so my review about this book is it's a super fun read. Zal and Zara just seem to argue all the way through the whole book, but they're really passionate about winning and beating the enemies. So who will win? You'll have to read to find out. So we've got things from Beast Quest. We've got Ben Miller with his book Into a Fairy Tale. We have Annie Wilbur. So we've got Winnie the Witch here. We have this one here called Gregory and the Prophecy of Bane, and that's written by Susan Collins, and she is the author of The Hunger Games. So if you've enjoyed that, you might enjoy this. You might really be into Roald Dahl and the Witches, and here we have an audiobook. So audiobooks are books that you can listen to anywhere. In your library, you'll have CD audiobooks, but remember on BorrowBox you can download audiobooks to any device and listen to them there. What else have we? So we've got Steve Cole, The Nasty Little Toads. That's a lovely, nice book. It's got lots of pictures in as well, nice illustrations, and it's a good fun bedtime storybook as well.
So we've got The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which is a classic story and really old, but it's still a good read. and there are other ones in the series. And then we've got some that aren't traditional novels, but they are about the Harry Potter series or the extension of the Harry Potter series. So the first one we've got here, it's called Calling All Witches, and it's about Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, and it gives you lots of information of the different women or girls that are in the books or the films. So if you're interested in finding out some background story that you may not find in the books themselves, you could have a look at something like this, just to give you a different idea of how the story is fitted together. And this one is the main character in the Fantastic Beast film. And this is the main character, Newt Scamander. And this is a cinematic guide. So it's got scenes and things from the film. So even if you've not watched the film, it would give you an idea what the film's like. And you might think, oh, I fancy watching that film now. I've had a look at this book. And then the last one I'm going to show you is this one. That's called The Magisterium, the Silver Mask. And it's written by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. And Holly Black, I think, wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles. So this one looked really interesting. When I saw this, I thought, maybe I'll have a read of this one. And it's a bit mysterious, but there's some magic in it as well. So you could give this one a go.
Okay, Angela, this is my favourite part where I get to ask you lots of riddles and jokes and questions to test your Harry Potter knowledge. Are you ready?
Yes. And just let me say, I've got a
Hedwig!
helper today, so if I get stuck, I'm sure Hedwig will know the answers.
I hope he knows. Okay, are you ready, both of you? Question number 1. Witches and wizards need this so they can cast spells as they please. It's normally made of wood, and there's an elder one of these.
Just checking that we agree with the answer. We think the answer is a wand.
Well done, both of you. Next question. He was once a prisoner. Into Azkaban he was put. He was Harry's godfather and sometimes went by Padfoot.
This is a little bit more difficult. Yes, we agree that the answer is Sirius Black.
Well done again, fantastic. Okay, I'm going to try something different now. I'm going to try and work out which house you're both from. So this is a virtual sorting hat, okay? So, question number 1, you're on the Hogwarts Express looking for a seat. Who do you sit next to? Cedric, Hermione, Luna or Gregory?
We know this one, don't we? We would sit next to Hermione.
Ooh, okay, next question. What is your favourite colour? Is it yellow, red, blue or green?
It's red.
Okay. Which pupil would be your role model? Would it be Susan Bones, Hermione Granger, Cho Chang or Draco Malfoy?
I'm not even asking. He's just checking me. The answer we would give is Hermione Granger.
Ooh, well done, both of you. I can definitely guess which house you're in. Can you two tell me which you think you might be in?
There's no question, is there? We think we should be in Gryffindor.
Well done, that's right. And as we don't have the hat right now, we are going to present this beautiful hat to both of you as a prize.
Oh, I think Hedwig should wear this. There we go. He's official.
He's an official Harry Potter.
And sorted into Gryffindor house.
We just need to make him a library card.
Yes, definitely.
How long do witches ride broomsticks for on a cold night?
I've no idea.
Just for a short spell.
Oh!
Hello. Now we're going to try a magic trick with a jug of water and a 50p piece. So how can we make this water make this 50p piece disappear? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put this jug of water on top of the 50 pence, and if you look down into here, you can see the 50p inside of the water underneath the jug. However, if you come down here, can you see that 50p from the side? It completely disappears.
Here is our Reading Rascals magic challenge, and today I'm going to challenge you to see if you think you can step through paper. I've got 3 different sizes of paper, and I'm going to try this experiment or magic trick with each piece of paper. Let's see how we go. I'm going to show you how I can step through this paper with an A4 piece of white paper. That's all you need, a plain piece of white paper. But you can do the exact same steps with all 3 pieces of paper and see if it works for you. So here we go with the first one. The first thing you need to do is just fold the piece of paper in half. So you've got the folded line nearest to me and the unfolded line facing away from me. And then what you have to do is, you don't need a ruler and pen or pencil, but just so that you can see how it works, I'm going to use those, and it will just make it easier for you if you use something to draw the lines with. You don't have to measure the distance between these lines either. So I'm just going to draw a line every so often along this piece of paper, not right the way across, like that. So that's from the folded side. I'm going to turn this around, and then in between the lines from the non-folded side I'm going to draw lines roughly in the middle, and again not right the way up to the edge. And there's the last line. Now we need scissors, and we do need scissors to do this, and we're just going to cut along the lines that have been drawn. So now, if you get the folded edge, so that's the bit that's folded, we're going to cut through these folds but not the end one, so not that one and not that one. I'll just get the scissors and snip. Right, so the end folds are still there, all the rest is cut. Now we're ready to see if we can get through the centre of that piece of paper. It's still our piece of paper folded in half, but those cuts are in there. Shall we try it out? Okay, Mona's got my piece of paper now that's all been cut, and we're going to see if she can step through the middle of it. Let's see. Wow, look how big that is.
Wow.
I think that's an easy one. Hooray! There we go. So that's a bit of magic to impress your friends with. Here we are making a pencil or pen broomstick. So it's something that you can easily make at home and you can still use it as a pencil or pen. But if you haven't got a pencil or pen, you could just use a twig and make that into a broomstick anyway. So this is what it's going to look like. You've just got your pencil or pen, some twigs from the garden and some string. And just to be extra secure, I'm going to use some tape as well, but that is all we need.